Today, we are putting two of the most talked about budget phones head to head, the Moto G67 Power and the Samsung Galaxy M17. Both are priced around 15 grand, but they are built completely different. The Moto G67 Power is all about endurance, big battery, clean Android, and that classic Motorola feel. The Galaxy M17, on the other hand, is Samsung doing what it does best. Gorgeous AMOLED display, long software support, and surprisingly polished design. I've been using both side by side for a few days now, and honestly, this one is closer than I expected. Even though both phones are priced similarly, they feel completely different in hand. The Moto G67 Power goes for that classic Motorola vibe, curved edges, a soft eco-leather back, and those playful Pantone colors like green and blue. It feels grippy, premium, and well-balanced despite the 210-gram weight. The textured bag gives it a comfortable fabric-like feel and shrugs off smudges easily. With IP64 water and dust resistance and Gorilla Glass 7i up front, it's surprisingly rugged for the price. The M17 takes the opposite approach. It's thinner, flatter, and lighter at 192 grams. Its plastic bag looks clean but lacks that premium texture. Where it wins though is refinement. Gorilla Glass Victus protection and IP54 splash resistance both are rare at this price point. So if you want something solid, textured, and almost flagship-like, go for the Moto G67 Power. If you prefer a sleeker, lighter phone that looks effortlessly modern, the Galaxy M17 fits that bill perfectly. Now let's talk about what you'll actually be staring all day, the displays. The Moto G67 Power comes with a 6.7-inch Full HD Plus IPS LCD panel running at 120Hz with HDR10+ support. It's surprisingly accurate. Our colorimeter test showed an average delta E of 1, which is excellent for this price. It also covers 98.9% of the color gamut and hits around 1030 nits of peak brightness, so visibility outdoors isn't an issue. Blacks aren't as deep as OLED, but contrast and white balance are impressively tuned for an LCD panel. The Galaxy M17 uses a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED panel with 90Hz refresh rate and 1450 nits of peak brightness. Instantly, you'll notice the extra punch, richer colors, deeper blacks, and better contrast while gaming or streaming. In our Calman test, it scored an average delta E of 1.3 with 97.7% gamut coverage and perfect black luminance. So the difference is pretty clear. If you want a natural color-accurate display that's easy on the eyes, go for the Moto G67 Power. But if you prefer vibrant contrast and top-tier brightness, the Galaxy M17 is the one that will wow you every time you unlock it. The Moto G67 Power runs on Qualcomm Snapdragon 7S Gen 2, and you can feel that extra push right away. It's smoother, snappier, and just feels more responsive whether you're scrolling or multitasking and even gaming. Even after long sessions, it doesn't heat up much, and that consistency really shows in the benchmarks, where it comfortably scores higher than the Galaxy M17 across every test, including CPU and GPU performance. Now, the Galaxy M17, on the other hand, uses Samsung's own Exynos 1330 chip. It's clearly tuned for efficiency more than raw power. For day-to-day stuff like social media, video calls, and streaming, it's perfectly fine. But when you start gaming or switching between heavy apps, the difference becomes obvious. In graphics-heavy titles, the G67 Power feels more stable. Games like BGMI or Call of Duty Mobile run smoother with steadier frame rates, while the M17 starts to throttle a bit quicker. Now on software, the contrast is just as big. Moto's Hello UI is close to stock Android. It's clean, lightweight, but this is the first time I'm seeing some bloatware apps on a Motorola phone. Samsung's One UI 8, on the other hand, is feature-packed and visually very polished. It's heavier, yes, but it's also more customizable and full of little conveniences that Moto doesn't offer. Where Samsung really wins is in longevity. Moto is promising one Android update, while Samsung is going all the way with 6 years of OS updates. So even if the G67 Power feels faster today, the M17 will likely age better over time. That 7000 mAh battery on the G67 Power easily pushes through almost 2 days of use on a single charge. I consistently saw close to 18 hours of screen on time in testing, one of the best results we have seen in this price range. The Galaxy M17's 5000 mAh battery is good for about a day, but it's nowhere near the same level of endurance. Charging speeds are neck and neck, both go from 0 to full in roughly an hour and a half, but the difference in how long they last is night and day. So if you prioritize raw performance, gaming stability and endurance, the Moto G67 Power wins hands down. If you want a more refined interface, long-term updates and everyday reliability, the Galaxy M17 makes more sense. Now let's talk about cameras, because this is where the difference between these two phones really shows. The Moto G67 Power aims for realism. Colors are neutral and accurate but often end up looking a bit flat. Skies and greens lack punch and HDR struggles in bright light. Shots against the sun easily blow out highlights, and portraits, while natural, can look soft around the edges. The Galaxy M17 goes the other way. Classic Samsung, vibrant, saturated and instantly shareable. Its HDR handles tricky lighting beautifully, keeping skies blue and details visible even in shadows. Portraits and selfies are warmer, sharper and just more flattering overall. For close-ups, the Moto keeps details natural, while Samsung goes sharper and more contrast-heavy, less accurate but more dramatic. Overall, the G67 Power's camera feels like it's tuned for natural look, while the Galaxy M17 is tuned for that punchy, social media-ready vibe. One gives you a photo to edit later, the other gives you a photo you'll want to share right away. And for most people, that makes the Galaxy M17 the clear winner here. So, after spending a good chunk of time with both of these phones, here's how it really shakes out. The Moto G67 Power is for people who want something dependable, clean software, great battery life and performance that never stutters. It feels premium, runs cool, and that 7000 mAh battery makes it a true endurance champ under Rs 16,000. The Samsung Galaxy M17 takes the opposite route, slimmer, lighter and more refined. It trades raw power for polish, offering a brighter AMOLED display, better cameras and a long-term software support that makes it feel more premium in daily use. So the decision really depends on what you value more. Personally, I think Moto wins the spec fight, but the Samsung wins the experience, and at this price, that's a debate worth having. Let me know which side you're on in the comments, and if you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to like and share with your friends who are looking to buy a phone under Rs 16,000, and thank you for watching.